Right. That's gonna be awesome.
Put fur all over like that.
And then trade it in for a little
Kind of, yeah. Presentations.
Oh, so is this like the funniest employee of the month sort of thing? Was that how
Yeah.
it was?
Kind
The
of.
point where people were like, I think it's writing season.
Stop.
So they're looking at so it might
Man, he's super excited. Were you like that? I was like, yeah, I just didn't talk as much.
that's what I do though.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there.
That's my Dan persona popping
You
up.
buy words on Google then? Stuff like that?
No.
You're not that far yet?
I don't pay for responsive stuff. Any for everything is organic.
Okay.
But at some point I'm gonna want to do that.
Yeah, yeah. So when somebody writes a beginner Ryan or you go first and then stuff.
I got a bunch of domains, websites,
Yeah.
so I redirect a lot of stuff. So in motorcycletips.com, motorcycleguide.com.
Sure.
So it works out good. So it's not like Italy or brand.
Right, yes, yeah, it's your own.
And
That's the thing
here.
too.
Yeah, so you should have.
Most people should have anything they can get.
I'm excited about that.
Hey, hi peoples. We're live. So we're doing a safety event here at Indian. So make sure you guys swing by. I'm gonna be on in about 15 minutes and I'll switch it over to my other cameras. How you doing? So just kind of hang out. I'm setting up right now. There we go. Let's see that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Very
welcome.
good.
All right, sorry guys.
Oh, you're good.
It's good.
Oh, yeah. Penny Island next time. I think I got a couple years on it.
How you doing?
So I'm probably gonna be walking around with a gimbal.
That's perfectly fine.
Like,
I'm just gonna probably put like that. I'm gonna move that off and way in the corner,
okay.
and it's just gonna kind of get the whole thing. And then I'm just gonna talk. I don't even know how long. An hour? I think I'm supposed to be doing an hour. Alright, whatever.
I don't know. You can go as long as you want. I'd prefer it shorter.
Yeah, me
because I
too.
run out of battery life.
Yeah.
way before that.
I'm probably gonna do like 20 minutes of a behavior talk, and then, I mean, if it's
There's
just
no
the-
Q&A.
Yeah. So I'll just do a quick talk.
Got 26 viewers already.
Yeah, it's just a quick little thing.
There's Big Al. Look out.
And we got the FTR right here, guys. Got the FTR right there. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff, guys. So this is where I'm gonna be setting up. What's up, Digital Zoom? Sorry, it's getting all wonky for you guys. There we go. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do just a quick talk. I mean, if it's just the 5 to a moto guys, I already know all of them.
Yeah.
So I'll just do like what I normally would do anyways.
Yeah. Anything for us that we can use.
Yeah.
As a little clip or something.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna talk about rider behavior because in 20 minutes I cannot talk about everything
Right.
with motorcycle safety. There's no way. So it's a matter of
Yeah.
changing people's minds about safety. That's really
Right.
what it is. Which goes to everything, you know, for home life, you know, like work. You have to actually want to do it, or you're not going to do it.
Yes,
So,
it's part of the,
yeah.
it's a habit that you have to instill in you every day.
Yeah. Riding a bike is fun, and then being safe about it, you can make it. Too.
And your follower Chris was here earlier. I don't know if he'll be back. I told him what time you're going to be on.
Oh yeah, I'll be on. I'll be on later.
Yep, he was here.
With my beard. I'm using this as a mirror too.
Look like there's some gray in there.
I hope there's gray. I don't want to be bald down here. I'm fine with up here.
Make up for that, Joe.
And I shaved it this morning, so it should be looking good.
How long is your spiel?
Probably 20 minutes.
Because I
That's
I've
good.
got to have appointment at 2, but
Let's turn this
I'm
around.
back about 1:30. So
Oh yeah, I'll probably be done with the spiel. There we go. That's a little better. I'll probably be done with the spiel by that time.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
So then after that, it's just
I actually just
if anyone wants to hang out after. I'll just be here.
There's somebody leaving for like a month.
I'm winging it, man. I'm winging it. No, it's just mainly like, you know, why, like, what do you do for your safety? You know, if you have any life experiences with an accident, you have one. I mean, you just were at the hospital. And you saw it. So I mean, that you can share if you if it's okay with him. Share just a quick thing, like you said, help his life. And it's huge.
Yeah, those are the guys behind the curtain.
That's why I share that.
You know, those the curtain.
Helmet's a good thing. Riding with a helmet. Make sure you guys ride with a helmet. Helmet is huge. Make sure this is good.
I was one of those S.M.A.R.T, you can turn those on the right kick there.
Some of the older bikes.
The back end goes down. How do you do that?
Either way, I'm making a video. So.
That was my attitude on it.
Yeah. Either way, I'm making a video.
Either way, we're doing it.
Yep.
Well, that's the, that's the house.
So guys, let's see this real quick. So I'll probably be doing the full live stream for the whole thing, so you guys can see it ahead of time. The audio is not going to be the best because I don't have an external mic hooked up to this, but I have my mics, my external mic, and I have cameras going to be running, so you'll see an actual video of it possibly next week. And I'm just going to talk about rider behavior and stuff like that. So right now we're just kind of setting up. This is behind the scenes stuff. Dang, it looks nice. I want to take a picture, but I'm live streaming it.
Want me to take a picture?
If you want, that'd be great. 1 second.
No! No!
Yeah. Drop the phone.
You're an idiot.
There we go.
They're S.M.A.R.T where they started.
I forgot my actual phone mount, so I had to use my backup. I'm a professional amateur over here, man.
Yeah.
Proof.
Yeah, JB, we need some stand-ins. Come on over. Should we pretend like we're watching?
Yeah,
the
just
show?
pretend like you're watching Dan. I just did a couple good ones.
Watching him hang up his.
You good, Dan? You need some help?
I'm
Looks a little high for you right there.
Maybe Ken can kneel down, you can stand on him.
I think you can kiss my ass.
You guys are so
Maybe
good.
about some training.
That's probably, I probably need it. It's actually.
It's not gonna play anytime soon.
No, I know.
It's gonna sting for a while.
We did get to do it again.
You'll be fine.
So they follow you around?
No.
That's the great thing about those things. I don't want to talk. I can wear my
But Tim's here. Tim's here.
Yeah, I
Oh,
too.
Tim hug. I haven't seen Tim get hugged before. That's nice.
What did you miss?
Same one. You have, is that a DR05 or the D20 or DR10? The mic in your right hand?
Oh, yeah,
She explained something to me.
Well, she explained.
I got one
and I
too.
repeated back exactly what she said to me. And
Yeah.
I did it. She was like, oh,
Better
you
audio.
did that wrong. And I was like, what? I did exactly what you said. She said to me, why?
I had black.
She does this. Come to the thing, and then once you get your thing, you come over this way. And she said, do this thing and go in between the it was a red one. So I came flying up. She said 12 to 18.
You ever use the
I'm
mic
like,
for something? It sounds good.
"What is
Like
that?"
a
She
concert, if I
goes,
go, if I smoke when
right
you
down
show,
the
you go
red
right
stop
front for
for
a
you could. And then she's
Probably
like,
gonna get like a
change the audio level. Just blow it out.
Yeah.
You know,
It's supposed to be inside the other two yellow ones.
you know what the worst part was?
I can.
They're worse.
She leaned in at the end.
Yeah, the very end.
She said, if you're gonna.
No, I'm sitting on my bike. She already told me that. She has it real close. She reminded me of her, actually, which I don't really like her very much. But she leans in really fast. You know, when you start riding.
I ate nothing really.
And then all of a sudden, you got her
Boom, boom. Miking up and everything, guys.
That's like a perfect.
What is it? What's my battery level at? Ah, we're good. We're good.
It's there. It blends in. It should always. They didn't do it any other way.
They've done it. Yeah, now that like on the new ones, there's a couple of
Yeah. Were they?
Yeah, like we got.
Careful, they're flipped
Yeah.
on. They're,
Yeah.
Need a belt.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing the belt that I normally would wear. I like to sit down.
That's where they changed it.
No, I'm already. Can't have it buried from the original. It's a number 5. Can't change it.
I know. Oh, I don't like those ones for me. Not those ones. I like
These?
Yeah, I want some.
Well, this is good for summer, but I'm seeing there's armor. Probably just, yeah, these are nice.
Got a quarterback.
Hey-o. They should do poker chips. But it says maybe trading cards. Or not trading cards, but pogs. There you go. Do some pogs. You get some really cool slammer ones for average dealerships. Not like actual cards. Be like, all right, you got poker chips. Play some real cards now. That'd be cool. What's up, Stacks? How you doing, man? So I'm just gonna let this run while I do a little thing. Got my camera up there, multi-camera systems.
I'm nervous for you. I'm like, I would not be here. Yeah. Make sure you look good. Don't pick your nose.
So for the audience, for people who want to talk, so I'm over here. So like, let's say if they want to be a part of it, am I just talking to like a camera, or am I talking?
Yeah, you're just talking to the camera, like usually.
Where you-
They should be in here too. So I mean, if you want, just do that.
I'm just gonna wing it like that.
Just talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Motor club, get in here. All right.
You ready?
I can do that.
All right, gentlemen.
We can do a few. We got chairs for them.
Start up.
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah.
He's ready.
Fine.
Ready?
I'll get you a side view over here or something.
You want us to go stand next to him?
No, you can. You guys are my audience. Let's pull the bikes in so you have a seat. I'm gonna set everything up.
Oops, sorry guys.
So basically what I'm gonna be talking about is behavior for motorcycle safety and how to really focus on that while you're riding. I think we all understand that one. It's very important. Very, very important. To set up. And I'm also live streaming, so there's, how many people are in there, babe?
28
28 people.
for now.
so it's really good. Let me see.
I'm gonna FaceTime my mom, because she probably wants to see in England, okay?
Do it. Do it. We need all the support.
Alright, cool. That's syncing up all the steps. Alright, everybody. I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of here. Thank you guys for showing up. Appreciate it. Making sure this is actually on. Yours is on. Very good. You guys can come on over here. Come on over here. I want to look at you guys. You guys can say hi. This is all 520 Moto Alliance and everybody here at Indian Motorcycle Tucson. And we're going to be talking about safety stuff. It's not going to be a big, long spiel. I can't talk to you guys about motorcycle safety in 20 minutes. There's no way. I have about 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. I still haven't really delved deep into a lot of the stuff for motorcycle safety. And at the end of the day, being on a motorcycle is all hands-on. You can't just watch or listen. For me, I have to actually be practical. I have to be touching things and actually doing it. That's the great thing about a motorcycle class. So first and foremost, I highly recommend taking a motorcycle class. I'm a MSF coach for Ride Arizona MTC, and that's what I do professionally. So a little backstory before me, I had some talking about videos on YouTube, talking about motorcycle safety. How I can't explain too much to you guys about that right now is that I'm 31 years old. I'm a Cancer. I was born July 14th. Woo! Yeah! Married to my wife over here, Nikki, and my daughter right here is with me, Layla, and Larry is having fun at home. But what I do here is that I was a firefighter for over 10 years. That's why my YouTube channel is Dan the Fireman. I was a firefighter, saw way too many accidents, saw way too many fatalities, and I started realizing a lot of it is because of people not taking care of themselves while riding. So no gear, no training, hopping on a powerful bike that will cause them to crash, especially with alcohol, intoxicants, anything and everything out there cause some issues. So after seeing a bunch of that stuff, I decided to make a YouTube channel, talk about motorcycle safety, and that is why I do what I do. And now I'm an MSF rider coach for Ride Arizona MTC out here in Tucson and Phoenix, and that allows me to get more experience in talking about this stuff. So all over the whole years of me doing this stuff and talking about motorcycle safety, like I said, there's not much I can talk about within 20 minutes. So the main thing that I learned over my years of learning and coaching and answering questions on YouTube, thousands and thousands of questions on YouTube, is that really you have to want to be safe. You have to want to. You already want to be on a bike. You already want to ride around. You have to want to actually add the safety factor to it. It's not a car or it's not a slingshot here. There's no cage on a motorcycle. You're open and free, and that's why a lot of us go to these bikes. It's open and free. You feel the wind. You're not encased in anything. You have a great field of view everywhere, not like a car where you have the A-post and everything and you have to look for your blind spots. So when you're on the bike, you have to create your own safety. You have to create it. It's not given to you. So there's multiple aspects to that. Motorcycle training is one of them. Wearing full gear is another. And paying attention to other drivers, and that goes with the training. So first and foremost, the one thing that you can do that will not take any time at all other than clicking a few buttons or swinging by here at Indian Motorcycle Tucson is get yourself gear. So first and foremost, the absolute easiest thing you can do is wear full gear. And that means a full face helmet at most times, a jacket, my pants, these are my pants right here, motorcycle pants, specifically for riding. These are jeans, they're not specific for riding. Motorcycle boots. I'm so glad we have props up here. These are motorcycle boots. I prefer boots over gloves, and I prefer boots over shoes because you get that extra ankle protection. I prefer a full face helmet because 50% of all motorcycle crashes that involve the head will involve your face in some manner, especially the chin. I think they did a study, it's 20% on the right, 19% on the left at every impact. So it's very important that we wear a full face helmet to protect that. I was wearing a 3/4 helmet. There's plenty of 3/4 helmets in here. I wore that when I first started riding, and the few things that actually caused me to switch to a full face helmet is trauma to the face. As a firefighter, I saw that multiple times. The whole system, their body, their chest, arms, everything perfectly fine. Got T-boned, where they T-boned another car, which is one of the dangerous things out on the road, is intersections and curves. Each time this motorcyclist, not each time this one, but each time a motorcyclist crashed into a car, facial trauma caused inadequate breathing, and that's what killed them. So the rest of their body's perfectly fine. They weren't bleeding out, nothing like that. Their airway was compromised, completely torn off their face. And me seeing that, wearing a 3/4 helmet, seeing this rider wear the same helmet that I was wearing, caused me to get a full face helmet. So I'm lucky enough to see that, to change my behaviors, which is the main thing that we're talking about here is behaviors. So I highly recommend a full face helmet. And we got one right here. This is my full face helmet on the ground. Once again, you're gonna protect your face, okay? Back of your head is perfectly fine when you have a normal helmet. Top of your head's gonna be perfectly fine, unless you're spinning around on top of your head. You don't really have to worry too much about that, but mainly the face. Gloves. Once again with gear, gloves, I have my gloves on my pants right there. Gloves are very important. Who here works with their hands? At any point, you work with your hands. What about at home? You work with your hands? You have to do anything with your hands?
Wipe your butt.
You do things with your hands?
You do things with your hands. Yes.
What?
Everything.
If you trip and fall right now, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna
Put your hands
in your
down.
pocket and hit your face? You're gonna put your hands out. That is the main thing in a motorcycle accident. I watch a bunch of motorcycle crashes online. I actually have a live stream that goes over motorcycle crashes, how to prevent them, what happened, what type of injuries can happen. And one of the main things is that I like to freeze frame it when the moment they fall off the bike, their hands go out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why on motorcycle gloves, there's reinforcements on the palms. It's not for comfort, usually. It's mainly for crashing. So put your hands down. Hopefully this will take the brunt of the road rash, and you don't have to have bandages on your hands so that when you go to work and you have to work with your hands, you don't have to take 6 to 8 weeks off.
Mm-hmm.
When you're going home, you have to wipe your butt, your hands are screwed. You don't want to do that. Same thing with like I said, the helmet. If anybody here has to be on TV, on YouTube, or anything like that, if you crash and damage your face, can't talk, get wired shut because you don't have your full face helmet, well, you're out of work. It's very important. So once again, these hobbies and these passions that we do can affect the rest of our life. So start thinking in that way. But same thing with motorcycle jeans. The back of the jeans, the back of the pants on motorcycle pants are usually Kevlar lined, aramid fibers, different fibers. Same thing with impact resistance with the armor inserts in the knees, and some jeans have in the hips, mainly in the knees. When you trip and fall, you put your knees down first. Usually hands, knees go first. You fall to the side, your hip hits. Your hip will hit the ground first. That is why there's impact resistance in the knees. There's armor right here. That's why you have that. The reason why we have aramid fibers and Kevlar in the trunk, in the butt area, is that when you fall down, you slide on your butt. Now, this is only to help out with about 4 to 5 seconds of sliding at a certain speed. That's all you really need. The jeans that I'm wearing right now, if you watch any type of viral YouTube or Facebook videos, you're gonna see how they make ripped jeans. And it's just a sander for half a second, if that. The road itself is a sander, and you're gonna be sliding for 5 seconds. So the next 4.5, 5.5 seconds that you have on the ground, that's not the jeans that are getting ripped. It's your flesh. And I don't want to go too much into the gore of it all, but I've seen it all. I've seen bone exposed. I've seen arteries bleed out because of these types of things that can be prevented. Same thing with the jackets. This is my jacket that I wear. In Arizona, it gets pretty hot. In Arizona, it gets really hot. And in the summer, in the winter time, it gets kind of cold. So I wear a mesh jacket year round pretty much. The easiest way to, like I said, for motorcycle protection is to wear full gear. Get yourself a nice quality jacket with, once again, some type of abrasion resistance, which is this white portion. The mesh right here won't do much, but once again, when you fall down, do you fall down belly flopping and sliding the inside of your arms? You slide down and try to protect your core. That's why you have impact resistance on the shoulders, or on the elbows, the shoulders, and you have the abrasion resistance on the outside. Very important to wear this. Once again, you also get a spine protection with the back. And I talk about all this stuff on my YouTube channel, and like I said, I can't explain absolutely everything, but the main thing and the easiest thing you can do is get full gear. Full gear. With the boots, let's grab this one right here. With the boots, once again, I've seen many people ride with flip-flops, regular shoes, and I've actually seen people's feet fly off with their shoes in a motorcycle accident. It's not pretty. And I'm not trying to freak you out and cause you to, you know, not want to ride. Riding can be fun if you're safe about it. But once again, I need you guys to know the dangers, because this is why I take safety very seriously, because I've seen the dangers. I've seen people's feet, hands, bodies, everything mangled because of motorcycles. Wear boots. Wear motorcycle shoes. They have special D30. It's the special non-Newtonian fluid. It's that orange armor where it's nice and pliable, but the moment it hits something and there's an impact, it hardens up. They usually put that in gloves and boots. So boots will have ankle protection, a toe box, and once again on the middle, who here has floorboards on their bike? Anybody have floorboards on their bike? You do? Okay, so floorboards are very easy because they apply pressure along the whole foot. So the rest of us probably have pegs like these on the Scouts right here. So you're putting a lot of pressure on that one spot. In motorcycle boots that are outside of normal shoes, they have a nice shank in the middle, right inside. What that does is displace the pressure, so it makes it easier for you to ride. And then on top of that, if you step on anything, especially when you're putting your foot down on the road, because nobody sweeps the road, or at least they should, there could be nails, there could be different things that can catch on. You can get a nail right through your foot. You're going to put your foot down at every stoplight. And who has seen that debris on the stoplights? Lots of debris. So that's why they have a bunch of armor for the ankles. And like I said, I've seen people's feet fly off with their shoes. I've seen the shoes fly off their feet. So it's very important. So once again, I just went over a quick demonstration of what the gear is all about, and that is the easiest thing that you can do. It costs a little bit of money, but there are some safety standards out there that will help you out, and there's a bunch of websites that will help you out. You can buy an HJC 17 helmet for $130. It's Snail rated, which is one of the top of the line helmets. $130. Your brain's worth well more. This is a $700 helmet. I chose to get this helmet because I think my brain is worth more than $700. But you can still get the same safety rating at a lower price. Same thing with my boots. You notice how my boots are a lot higher than those boots? Because I wanted to protect my shins and my calves at the same time. So there's a bunch of options out there for gear itself, and that is one of the best things you can do for the safety part. That will help you in an event of a crash. To prevent a crash, which is what we're all trying to do, and like I said, I can't talk to you long enough on how to do it. The best thing you do is take a class. There's a beginner class, there's a MSF that's in the United States, msf-usa.org. You can easily find a course near you. We're all here in Tucson. I'm definitely going to recommend Ride Arizona TC because I'm biased, I work there, I can coach, and I've seen people not know how to ride, never been on a bike, scared of a bike. By the middle of the first day out of the 2-day course, they're loving it. They understand the safety. Absolutely understanding the safety. And that's the biggest thing. Because that will help prevent. It won't prevent. Motorcycles are inherently dangerous, but it'll help prevent an accident. Because you're going to start finding that you have escape routes, you know how to use the clutch and throttle to get out of a situation. You're going to learn how to ride defensively, the skills in an emergency situation to be aggressive about your riding so you can get out of the way, so you know how to brake appropriately. So instead of braking 200 feet at a certain speed, you can do it at 100 feet, and that 100 feet could save your life. Same thing with curving, everything. Once again, there's too much to even discuss on what you're going to learn in a class. Like you can't, if you're in a slingshot, for instance, and you got rear-ended, he's got plenty of protection, crumple zones and everything. But in a bike, you have a rear fender. We're looking at all these bikes right here, and a rear fender and a tire that easily get crushed. And a truck or a car, their hood or their bumper is going to hit the back of you, like your back. So yeah, a helmet. That's great. I'm glad he's doing well. I saw that picture. Glad you guys are supporting him. that saves lives. It really does. I don't know the statistics, but I know that helmets, the difference between a helmet and non-helmet, the fatality rates are so much higher without a helmet.
I will say, apart from the padding,
Uh-huh.
he said he wore down all of the knuckles on his gloves. He had the raised knuckles
Uh-huh.
ground down flat.
Wow.
So
That's what
that's
they're there
another
for.
good place to protect.
That's what they're there for. And then hopefully insurance at that point will replace it. Hopefully. That's a whole other spiel on insurance, but it's easy to replace the gloves instead of the actual knuckles in your hands. And that's huge. And does he work with his hands? Do anything with his hands? Of course he does. Everyone does. So to be able to walk away and not have any type of long-lasting, life-altering trauma, that's huge. Thank you for sharing that. Very good. So, anybody have any questions about how to, maintain a safe ride? Anything that you have any questions about what I talked about, especially gear? That to me is one of the biggest things here. It gets hot in Arizona. I understand that. As a firefighter for 10 years, I'm so used to wearing full gear with an air mask and a SCBA and all that stuff and being hot inside of a fire. So for me personally, having all this gear on, it's not, the heat doesn't bother me, the sweat doesn't bother me. But anybody here make a choice to not do it? Anybody ride sandals? Anybody ride without any gear? Not calling you, no, good. And if you do, don't raise your hand. If you do, please invest in gear, okay? A jacket, this jacket was $100. Lasted me 3 summers easily. And I'd rather replace that than get skin grafts from the back of my leg.
Gear looks cool too.
And gear looks cool. Look how cool this mannequin looks.
And there are some places that will help you buy gear.
Yes.
You cannot afford it.
Yes, there's definitely a bunch of places that will help you buy gear. By Toyota Motor Line, so you guys going to start helping out with
Yeah.
some of that stuff?
Yeah.
So-
And they have
AMSEF, they do scholarships for beginner classes. So if a beginner class is a little too much, and you can't budget it right now, they do offer scholarships. But right now in the month of May, if you go to Ride Arizona MTC, there's 10% off because May is Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. And Trina and Steve, the owners for Ride Arizona MTC, they do offer that coupon right now. So it's a great time. There's a class going on right now that just filled up. So that's 12 plus students, or 12 students. And it's well worth it. I just taught a class 2 weekends ago. And it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Question?
Do you recommend a white helmet if you see better?
That's a great question. I wanted a black one because it looks cooler. And then the more research I did, I chose white because of that, because of the visibility. Yep.
Another question, when it's raining, how does that visor do?
This visor does really well when it's raining. A lot of times I don't ride when it rains because when I film, it's hard to get water droplets on the camera itself. But when it does rain and I'm riding with this, you are gonna get a little bit of water spots. But with the fogging, there's different inserts. It's actually really cool. It's actually hard to see. You see the little notch right here and a notch right here. These are called the pin lock system. So it's like your double paned windows at home. There's like a nice little gap of air, so it actually doesn't fog up on the inside, so you can see really well. The water droplets, yes. And I'm wondering if on some of these gloves, because some gloves on the thumb, there's like a nice little wiper blade. Yeah, and I think there's some here actually, and you can just go whoop, wipe it off. It's actually really cool.
And Rain-X works pretty well.
And Rain-X, yeah. So there's a bunch of different things you can do to the actual visor to prevent water accumulating. And water, that's a good question. Once again, like I said, road safety and everything, you're gonna learn all this in the class, especially the E-course. And then the class itself is the way the roads are wet, tire traction, trust your tires, tire maintenance, all these different things that I've talked about, but it's hard to explain without being in person. And then also getting wet and getting hypothermia. Nobody thinks about that. A lot of this gear, it's not. I didn't waterproof my boots. My feet will get cold, and if your feet get cold, imagine trying and get numb. Imagine trying to shift, trying to brake your hands. So there's a bunch of stuff that goes into it. Other than, I keep using this, but any vehicle that has 4 wheels and a cage, you're pretty much protected from the elements, from everything.
That is a true statement.
So, yeah, I picked white because the visibility. Yeah. Same thing with the white on there. Like because of that.
It reflects better at night.
It's easier to see it in the daytime. That's one of the main things. If you get proper gear, like these things right here are reflective too. So you actually get reflection and everything. Yeah, there's so much that you can add to safety. The main thing is how you ride and how you perceive safety. Is you have to actually do it. You have to think about that. Ask those questions. It's like I'm just gonna buy a helmet. Cool, got this one. Well, white's a little bit easier to see, so I'll get white. And then paint your bike to match you. It's all good. Everything's good. I got stuff for you guys. I got little pins and some swag. It's really cool. Yeah, thank you 512 Moto Lines for showing up and supporting this. And they're one of the people like we talked about, AMSEF, they do the scholarships and stuff, but they're here local and they're doing some really cool things to keep people safe. Possibly helping out with some gear and everything. It's really cool. It's really cool.
I have another question.
Yeah.
How often do you have to replace your helmet?
Your helmet?
I'm a cyclist, so I mean every half years, but all the hot.
Oh yeah. So helmets, they can vary. The main thing you really want, it's basically 5 years on born on date. So if you look inside your helmet, you can come on up here. I want to show you real quick. So if you pull this all out, on the inside, there's a born on date somewhere. So this is the Snail rating. And I know everyone else can't see it right now, but there's a born on date, 11/17.
Okay.
So 5 years from that date, you're going to want to replace your helmet because the polystyrene on the inside of the helmet is what keeps you safe, the foam.
Yeah.
That will start getting brittle, start losing moisture, just like tire rot. Or if you do about 50,000 miles in that helmet, because all the sweat, all the makeup, all the grime will start eating away at that foam. Or if you drop your helmet or get in a crash. If you drop your helmet hard, you can drop your helmet and damage the outer shell, which is just this white portion, and that's fine. But if you do that, double check on the inside, see if there's cracks on the polystyrene. In an actual crash, don't wear the helmet again. Put it up on the wall as a souvenir if you're allowed to keep it from the insurance. So that's when you want to replace it, about 5 years from that born on date. So if you buy a helmet, it's like checking the milk date. You want to make sure that your helmet's new. You don't want it to be 3 years old and they're selling you a 3-year-old helmet. Okay.
And how do you clean the inside?
Clean inside. Well, it's when you get more of not expensive helmet, but when you start spending a little bit more, you start spending more on the safety features, and then you also start spending more on removable liners. So with removable liners like this, I'll just grab a bar of soap in my hand, some warm soapy water, and just kind of clean it, rinse it off, let it dry. When you get some of the more inexpensive helmets that can be very highly rated, Snail rated, ECE, DOT is the minimum here in the United States. Those helmets, they might not have removable liners because they're trying to cut costs in that way, but still maintain a safety margin. With that one, you're gonna have to Febreze or Lysol as best you can.
And you should probably start shaking your head like that.
Start shaving your head. Yeah.
How do you do it with
With a beard? With a beard, that's I pull a lot of hairs with the beard, but and the beard gets messed up. You just deal with it. You just deal with it. But yes, 5 years, about 40 to 50,000 miles, and then if it's been dropped really hard and the foam is cracked. That's basically it. Yeah. Like that. Well, that's it.
Good deal. Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome. Once again, this is just an intro to safety. Please take a class. Take a class. I learned so much. I've taken probably 10, 15 classes and became an MSF rider coach so I can learn that. Not so I can teach, but so I can learn what they know. And it's helped me out quite a bit.
Dan, did you get a chance to mention the coupon we give people when they complete
I did
a
not.
class? That's
great. That is great. So there is a coupon. Steve has a great story. I can't repeat what he says because he does it so well. When he hands it out, He talks about Guardian bells and talks about the coupon for when you buy a bike here. We actually utilized that, and we actually got some Guardian bells. here. But if you pass the BRC1, which is at Ride Arizona MTC, so if you pass it right now, there's that coupon for May. And if you need a scholarship, there's AMSEF, so you can get a scholarship there. And then on top of that, when you pass your BRC1 card, take it to the DMV, and then you just sign a piece of paper and get your endorsement. And then on top of that, you bring in a coupon that we give you, and if you buy any bike,
Any bike.
Any
Pre-owned, new.
pre-owned, new, buy any bike, you get, I think, $289.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
$289 towards gear. We actually utilized that with her, and we got her a nice helmet, nice safe helmet. And there's a bunch of helmets you guys can see here. It's a sharpen. Scorpion.
Yeah.
Scorpion. But you can definitely buy some gear, start outfitting yourself like we talked about. Then on top of that, we got a little coupon for you to get a Guardian belt. And like I said, Steve has a better story on that. You can tell he rehearsed it or said it so many times, I can't repeat it. But basically, a Guardian belt keeps away all the bad juju from you and the bike while you're riding. And you can't buy it for yourself. It's like giving yourself a nickname, you can't do that. Somebody else that rides has to do that. Since Steve rides, since I ride, we give you a coupon to come here. And there's a bunch of Guardian bells out on the counter, and you can get one for free because you just started your motorcycle journey. So you get a bunch of perks, insurance, discounts, everything from taking a class. Thank you for reminding me of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully I covered it all.
Helps encourage you buying some gear.
Yes.
After you complete the class.
Yes. And if you play your cards right, you can probably get gloves, a helmet, possibly a jacket with that amount of money.
Do it quite often. You get fully geared up, helmet, jacket, gloves, all within that coupon, and then you can always use that coupon towards a more premium helmet or a more premium jacket that you're really into or really digging. Let's say like your buddies takes his class, finishes it, and then he's like, hey, I really want to get that bike, but I want a SHEA or I want a Rolling Sands jacket. We can apply that coupon towards some of those higher quality gear, and that's again pre-owned new bikes. We just want you to be safe out on the road, and we want to make sure you're properly educated and properly dressed when you're out there.
That's what we did with Nikki. We got her a SHEA helmet and paid like $100 for it after that coupon. Great. Great. Cool. I got some stuff for you guys. We got some freebies, some buttons and stickers. So you guys want to come on over here? See where
That's funny.
Babe,
Yeah, sorry.
do you know where they are?
Right here? This way.
Oh, you got it in a special bag. I got stickers. That's me in cartoon style. That was when I just made mustache. Thank you. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you for the stickers. How you guys doing? You guys need more? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just trying to
I'm gonna get that I've got my deposit already. Oh, yeah, I entered the drawing, and then REVZILLA's doing it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I did so many of those drawings. How you doing? I like your jacket.
There you go.
Look at all this gear. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's hot, but it's worth it.
Once you start.
Yeah, if you crash without that, your skin regulates your temperature. So I mean, if you rub all that skin off, hot, cold, no matter where you're at. So, same thing with the burn. You guys ever had a burn on your hand? It gets hot, it gets cold.
Do they have those tests on the weekends?
Yes, there's actually one going on right now.
Oh, no, you're fine, you're fine. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just go around you like that. Yeah.
Oh, new here? So it's just down the, that, everywhere. Right here, they it's a 2-day class, so it's Saturday, Sunday, and it's, right now since summertime, we try to start super early, at 6 o'clock. And then, so 6 to like, the first day is 6 about 3, second day is 6 to about 8 o'clock. And you're gonna learn everything, your endorsement, get your card, you get insurance discounts, you get everything we talked about right here.
Is that endorsement good?
I believe it's good for New Mexico. In the state of Arizona, all I know for state of Arizona is that if you have an endorsement anywhere else, you bring that in, you pretty much waive from taking the practical and all that. I don't know how it works that way.
There's like so many,
But it should be good.
so many cannonballs.
Especially since you're getting a BRC card. That's the
Yeah, there's one kid doing a gainer and he almost hurt himself.
So if you call them, you can
Gainers.
Yeah. And right now, May hit 10% off, so ask about that. Say you heard about the
back
coupon,
like this.
because it's like a certain
Gainer is
phrase. I don't remember it. So just call up, train us, she'll answer the phone, she's there, and say, hey, I want to take a class, what's the next class? We can go online. It's really good.
They had a slide.
But they might have your number.
Oh yeah, they have a card up there.
Is there gonna be a slide?
I have, this is my card.
They want to give away.
This is my card right here. So, yeah, I do safety videos online, so I talk about all the stuff I talk about here, but more. And like I said, I can't get you on the mic to practice it. You actually have to go and do it. You guys have sports rooms, right? So you guys obviously know how to ride a little bit, at least. Oh,
More than I did.
okay. So there's also the BRC2, which is 5-6 hour class. You bring your own bike and you learn everything from the first class, but you're doing it on your bike. But if you're brand new to everything and you want to get the full experience, take DRC 1. It's beginner rider course 1. That's 2 days, and then the e-course, 3-hour e-course. It's like getting, when you get a ticket, you get to take that online course for the team. It's like that, but it's, you learn so much.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah. You can also take the e-course, and it's a lot cheaper. It's like, I think, way cheaper than you just take the e-course, so you have all the information. So you'll know how the clutch works, the throttle works, safety stuff. So, but I would do the whole thing. I would do the whole thing. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Taking like 6
Hands-on
months.
is hands-on is way better.
Oh, yeah, I think you know. Yeah, I can tell you got. I can tell you work with your hands. Yeah, these are running shoes. Anyways, no, yeah. For me, it's kinesthetic. It's a kinestology, something like that. There's 4 ways of learning. You know, reading, writing, listening.
Kinesthetic.
Kinesthetic. There you go. Kinesthetic. I'm a kinesthetic learner, so I have to touch things.
Yes. Yeah. You can see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody can tell you how to do something over the phone. If you see it, touch it.
Yep.
Oh,
I can watch somebody do it, and then I can pick up on
yeah.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You know.
Cool.
Yeah. I think they have their card up there. Ask Angel or Matt. Matt's the short one with the mustache. He looks like me a little bit. And then anybody say, hey, Ride Arizona, and there's a card. I think right up front. So.
Don't want to be me.
Huh?
Don't want to be me.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I was wondering. I was like, you're wearing gear. You know you're right. You're welcome. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by. You got something? What'd you get? Yeah. Alright, man. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, yeah, it's still going. It's yours.
How'd you guys like it? You guys liked it? It's a 20-second delay, but yeah, guys, if you swing on by, I'm gonna probably leave all this stuff here. So if you swing by Indian Motorcycle Tucson, you get swag. Just mention that you know me, and you watch the video and say, hey, he said he had buttons and stuff, and I'll just leave this at the front. Matt's gonna let me. I know he will. But yeah, that was this little safety briefing that you're gonna see the video, so you can actually hear everything. We got mics set up here, and once again, take a class. It's very important. You'll hear all that. All right, guys. I'll see you later.
Cool.